Skyrim isn't famed for its dark atmosphere. Morrowind is normally considered the least upbeat of the Elder Scrolls games so far, but Bethesda did a great job of adding countless small details to Skyrim to make the game more interesting. So today I want to delve into 5 depressing details you probably didn't notice in the 5th game. Medesi is familiar to everyone who's done the Thieves Guild questline. In order to frame Brand Shay for theft, the Dragonborn must steal Medesi's silver ring and pickpocket it into Brand Shay's pocket. Beyond this, most players know little of Medesi, save that he's a traditional Argonian Saxhleel jeweler. However, there's a depressing underpinning to this NPC. Medesi sleeps with the town's beggars in Beggars Row, beneath the main streets of the city. This seems strange given he sells expensive jewellery. He claims that he sleeps there because the dark, moist atmosphere suits his race. He's a sentient lizard after all. However, when Svanna Farshield suggests that he take up a bed at her establishment, the bunkhouse, he says, "Don't worry about me, I'll be just fine." Maybe he does choose to sleep there, but it sounds as if Medesi is simply being kind to Svanna. I believe that he's so poor he's forced to sleep with beggars, because even if he did like cold, damp places, then you wouldn't choose to sleep in a dirty, beggar-ridden hideout. Labyrinthian is one of Skyrim's best dungeons, but it has a dark secret besides Savos Aren having killed his friends to imprison the dragon priest Morokai. Inside Labyrinthian, just next to a word wall, there's a skeleton of a woman with her baby skeleton nestled between her hips. We have no information on how this poor woman or her child died, but confusingly the body is located near the point that the Argonian mage died in the expedition with Savos Aren all those years ago. However, Argonians lay eggs, they don't give birth to live babies, so it seems unlikely that the skeletons would be hers. More likely it's the well-preserved remains of an ancient Nord. The Reeklings aren't very intelligent, but they have the same desires as most sentient species in Tamriel. In a remote cave in Solstheim called Ben Kongereich, you can find 20 or so books of the lusty Argonian maid, as well as a tome of telekinesis lying on the ground. Not so far away are a bunch of linen wraps and a bin. I don't think I need to paint the image of what happens here any clearer. Anyway, it's sad that a Reekling is so lonely that he has to resort to a book as depraved as the lusty Argonian maid to be satisfied. Arundel is a high elf necromancer living in Ljungvild, an isolated barrow on an island east of Dawnstar. Arundel settled in this barrow because it was uniquely populated with the corpses of female warriors, considering it was a tomb for ancient Nord battle maidens. Through experimentation, Arundel resurrected an entirely female Draugr army that listens to his every whim. However, his journals illustrate that his experiments had a darker nature than just necromancy. His first journal tells us that he was evicted from Dawnstar for experimenting with the dead bodies of specifically young women. His second journal insinuates that he became attracted to the dead bodies of the female Draugr in Ljungvild, who he resurrected to serve at his pleasure. In his third journal he mentions that he had some alone time with one of his favourite servants, an intimate moment that was disturbed by his guards when they found an intruder, a Dawnstar maiden he had previously lusted over. He had his Draugr guards kill her and mentions that he experimented with her too. This is all highly disturbing stuff. Finally, we have a small detail about giants. Giants occupy something of a liminal space. They're not beasts, but nor are they fully sentient beings. They're only aggressive if you aggravate them, so it's understandable why giants engender sympathy from more developed life forms. In particular, one sight can be witnessed in Skyrim. Sometimes, if a mammoth has been killed, a giant will guard its body as if it were alive. They seem to love and be reliant on their mammoth so much that they struggle to come to terms with their deaths. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new about Skyrim in watching it. Please leave suggestions for future videos in the comments below. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.